Alright, let me start from a moment that hits harder than specs ever will. You press play, and instead of sound coming at you, the room finally opens up. Klipsch R-26FA. This is for you if you're the kind of person who knows when sound feels constrained. You've outgrown bars, shortcuts, and almost immersive. You want height, scale, and that unmistakable feeling that your room is no longer the limit. You recognize quality not because it's loud, but because it changes how everything feels. Before we go any further, check the current price and availability. Systems like this don't stay quietly available once people realize what they replace in one move. You probably knew it was time when your old setup started feeling boxed in. Maybe surround effects never lifted. Maybe bass existed but didn't anchor the room. Or maybe Atmos content felt like a promise that never fully showed up. That's the realization. You're done building around compromises. The first time you experience this setup, there's a moment of pause. Not shock, clarity. Sound rises. It expands vertically. The front stage feels tall, confident, and alive. Bass doesn't just hit, it grounds everything. You stop hearing speakers and start feeling a structure to the sound. Think about how this shows up in real life. Movie nights where overhead effects actually feel overhead. Gaming sessions where scale and direction suddenly make sense. Music playback that feels full-bodied and present, not squeezed or processed. Even quiet scenes carry weight because the room finally has depth. The performance feels physical without being sloppy. Dynamic without chaos. Once you live with real towers and true low-end support, smaller systems start to feel like they're hiding something. If this has been on your radar, don't wait for stock gaps or price jumps to force urgency later. You might hesitate, thinking floor standers are too serious or too much. That hesitation disappears the moment you hear how effortless everything feels. No strain. No pushing. Just sound moving the way it's supposed to. The surprise benefit is how little effort you put in after setup. You stop cranking volume. You stop tweaking tone. The system breathes on its own, and you trust it completely. Owning this feels different. It feels like stepping into a category you don't walk back from. Not flashy pride, earned pride. The kind where you know you chose something built to last. Sound fills the room vertically, bass feels deep and controlled, dialogue stays locked and clear, Atmos finally feels real, your room feels transformed, needs space to shine, not for small room minimalists. At some point, you stop comparing partial upgrades and choose the system you already know will satisfy you long term. Don't let this be one of those setups you keep postponing while everything else feels temporary. Check availability, trust your instincts, and commit to sound that finally matches your expectations.